Okay, this one is the troubleshooting section. I think I already mentioned at the very beginning that if you can't get the black screen, that you can use this button here to get a black screen. But if you like relying on the F keys, then just quit MediaShout and relaunch it, and it should come back. I'm not sure what causes that. If it doesn't work, then just use that black screen button. Remember to cancel that. We'll open, this is the one we were working on. Remember to say no or X to that. One of the things that happens sometimes is if the laptop was on without being hooked up to a projector, or it gets turned on first and then the projectors get plugged in or something like that, stuff may not show on the projector screens. They may just show up on the laptop screen. Go up here to screens, and right now it's on single screen because we're not hooked up to a projector, and just take it to dual screen, and that should fix that real easily. Try that. Try to avoid going here. Some people might try this, and that can cause confusion. Make sure this, and if that doesn't fix it, then check your connections. You shouldn't have to go to this unless somebody borrowed the church laptop and did something real wanky with it. Another problem that has come up is there's been a case when all of these were gone, and it took me a long time to figure out how to get those back. You would think it would be View and Workspace, but it's not. You go to Windows and you click Song Deck, and it crams it in there and you really can't see it, so you've got to resize this. Just bring it over a little ways so that you've got room here to see stuff, and you still got room to see everything here. And then you got to click it to get the Bible deck back also. And notice that Bible shows up, but Songs is still there, so you still have Songs and you've got Bibles. And then go to the file deck. Even though it's text files that we're showing, they're not. It's not the text deck. That's something else. We go to the file deck, and so that's where you get the Apostles' Creed and new member stuff. So now you've got these tabs. Try to not ever close these. I'm not sure how they get closed. Somebody accidentally does it, thinking that they're done with it or whatever, but just leave them open all the time. Some other issues that aren't exactly peculiar to the laptop would be display problems. And so, like I mentioned in the very beginning about checking your connections, if the connections are loose, then the colors can be really weird on one or both of the projectors. Sometimes just plugging it in better may not fix it. You may have to unplug it all the way and then re-plug it in, and then use the little thumb screw so it can't come loose. The thumb screws just need to be snug. You don't have to make them really, really tight, because it can mess up the connection inside the projector. Also, the VGA cable, the really, really long one that plugs into the side of the laptop, if you'll make sure the laptop is pulled kind of forward to you on the cart, sitting on that piece of wood, and then shove the laptop a little bit to the right, not too much, because then it might dip down, and sit wonkus down in the hole of the board. But if that VGA cable coming into the side of the laptop has a little bit of a flat surface below it, it should stay plugged in better. And make sure you have a little bit of slack in the cable right there at the laptop, so that it's laying comfortably, so it doesn't have any stress on it. When you're setting up the long cable, make sure you uncoil it all the way. If you leave little loops in it, if it gets pulled, those loops will pull to a tight kink and might break some of the wires inside, and that cable is real expensive. And other troubleshooting, make sure you have juice going to the laptop. Don't rely on the battery. It might go into a power saving mode and dim the screen, or power off, or the battery doesn't get used enough to keep it healthy, so it may have a real limited supply. The projectors, those will be another topic. So that's enough of this thing.